We're back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Derek Gluchacki. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing good. Of course, you've been on here before, but if for people that might not know, kind of remind everybody what you do.
So I race up here in the Northeast, and we run a American Canadian Tour late models. It's a full perimeter car, crate motors. Pretty similar to the late model stocks down south. Same type of bodies, look the same pretty much. But yeah, we run all around New England and up in Canada.
Yep. Okay, so I know you're from the Massachusetts area. So um, you know, just kind of talk about how your season went for you last year.
It was a long year, and we had some up and down races. So we ended up with 4 wins. We won at Hickory, the Easter Bunny. Started off the year there. Then we won the Icebreaker again, back-to-back years at Thompson. Went to Loudon. We were able to win the Northeast Classic. So started off the year with 3 wins, and the third American Canadian Tour race of the year, we ended up losing an ignition box, and it set the wiring harness on fire. So we DNF'd at Thunder Road, and came back to second at Stafford, and then we ended up losing a motor at Lee. So that set us back pretty good in the championship right off the bat there. So we just kind of rallied together there after that and focused on just trying to improve for next year because with 2 DNFs racing against the best in New England, it's pretty tough to come back. But we ended up closing the gap all the way to, I think, about 40, 44 points, which was really good because we were just about 100 points back. And we ended up getting into a tangle, racing for the lead with 50 to go, and ended up with a 20 something place finish. So that kind of sealed the deal for us. And we ended up fourth in points and second in the Triple Crown there at the end of the year. So overall, it was a good year, but a lot of ups and downs, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so before we get to your plans for 2024, you kind of did something during the off season. You proposed to your longtime girlfriend. Of course, how about that? How about racing season? First off, congrats on that. Have we started the planning of weddings and all that? What's that like?
Uh, oh, yeah. We've been together for a little over 3 years now. So, we made a little date night there in Providence, and we did it in front of the Capitol building. So that was pretty awesome. And yeah, she said yes, obviously. So that was good. And um, yeah, we already got a spot up here in Rhode Island to get married and everything. And we're gonna have to balance wedding planning and racing, so it's gonna be a new challenge for me this year. But we're up for it. Looking forward to the next step in my life with her and all that. So it's looking forward to it, to say the least.
Yeah. Okay, so let's discuss your 2024 plans. What are you planning on doing? Because yeah, you're going to be a pretty busy guy this year.
Yeah, so we're planning on run the American Canadian Tour, the full 13 race schedule there with them. Go to Canada twice, so hopefully we can have another good season with them. And we're also going to run the Thompson Speedway Late Model Championship. That's also 12 races. So got about probably plus or minus 30 race schedule if everything goes to plan. Might throw in a couple extra weekly races here and there if we can, but that's the plan as of right now. And if anything else pops up, I'm sure we'll be game for that too.
Have you kind of just like planned everything out and if there's any like conflicting weeks, if there's something on there, do you have a plan if that ever comes up?
Yeah, our main focus is going to be the ACT Tour. Obviously, that's the most prestigious tour in New England, and you put all our eggs into that basket. And obviously, if you race more, you're going to be better, and your team's going to be better, and everything like that. So try to stay on the racetrack as much as possible. Laps is good and all that, but our main focus is going to be the ACT Tour. And I know Thompson isn't doesn't conflict, so other than those two, everything else is pretty much in the open.
Yeah. Okay, so you've been in this tour for a little bit. It's been the progressing of that tour because obviously with everything that happened with Canada with the pandemic and all that. What was now that we've been it's now to 2024, and now that everything's reopened, what's that series kind of been like? As you kind of seeing it kind of come back from the pandemic?
Yeah, so actually, this past season was my first time going, obviously, because of the pandemic. We were able to win the second Canadian race, the Can-Am 200, so that was pretty awesome. While we were up there, we were able to visit Quebec City, right next to the racetrack, so that was pretty awesome. But yeah, it's a totally different world up there. The race fans they're wild, they love it and everything like that. They're the both places were just about sold out, so that was pretty awesome to see. Um, and having them come to race down here is awesome. You know, it's a totally different breed of racing, different people. Um, just adds a whole nother aspect to it. They're aggressive, always up on the wheel, and you know that's how you got to race. And it just the cream rises to the top there at the end. And you know, there's always 3 or 4 Canadians versus 3 or 4 of the U.S. drivers, and it's always a good battle. That's for sure.
Yeah. Looking at this year, what are your goals coming up for this season? What do you want to accomplish this year?
I would say the main goal is to win the tour championship. We've been so close the past 2 or 3 seasons. When we didn't go to Canada, I feel like we let that one get away from us. We won 9 races that year, and we didn't go to 2 of them, and we ended up third in the points. And this year we just had some misfortune there halfway through the year, and it just set us back. So I think we have a really good shot at it if we can avoid the bad luck and just go to all the races and finish. That's the big thing, and just be there at the end of the races. You don't necessarily got to win every week. You know, we all love the trophies, but if you want the big one at the end of the year, you gotta take the fits with the wins. So
Yeah, for sure.
um, I think the main goal is the ACT Tour Championship, and I really want to win the Thompson one too. I came close to that one twice, finished second by 1 point, and actually tied last year and lost it on a tiebreaker. So I think we can, have a really good shot at winning both of them this year. And but like I said, the main focus is going to be the tour.
All righty. Well, Derek, thanks so much for the time as always. We'll check in with you throughout the year.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it.